Whoa! Whoa! All right. Brooklyn Nets on the clock for the 8th overall pick. Things kind of shook up a little bit when the Utah Jazz took Ace Bailey with the 5th overall pick. Because he went 5th, the Wizards pivoted and went with Trey Johnson at number 6. Because they went Trey Johnson number 6, the Pelicans, who I firmly believe were going to take Derek Queen, decided Jeremiah Fears was worth deviating away from that plan. So because Jeremiah Fears fell further than expected, the Pelicans pivoted away from what I thought was them about to take Derek Queen. They've gone with Jeremiah Fears instead. So now we move to pick number 8. I don't believe Derek Queen has a lot of fans in the rest of the lottery range. I believe he's got the ability to slip here. So I don't think he's going to be on the board here for Brooklyn at 8 or the Raptors at number 9. So it's looking like number 8 is going to end up being Collin Murray, which is a big shame because had the Pelicans stuck to it and gone with Derek Queen number 7, I very much believe Jeremiah Fears would go 8, and then the Raptors would get my preferred choice with Collin Murray. Collin Murray, I think, is about to go number 8 in a minute and a half to the Brooklyn Nets. And that will leave Noah Esong available to be selected by the Raptors. Noah Esong over the course of the day, picked up a lot of steam with the Raptors and all of a sudden became their favorite. Things started to shift. As Derek Queen became favorite to go 7th, Collin Murray became favorite to go 9th because initially Collin Murray was favorite to go 7th. So that's where the moving parts are. I think the Raptors' top choice right now is Collin Murray, and we'll take him if he's available. I don't want to listen to Stephen A. Rambo. Let's hear this. Let's hear this pick, man. My heart's pounding here. My heart is pounding here. Here we go. With the 8th pick, 2025 NBA Draft, Brooklyn Nets select to be Collin Murray. Whoa! Whoa! Egor Demin. Whoa! Okay, off the board. Off the board. Whoa! Egor Demin was not supposed to go in the lottery. I mean, he had some late lottery considerations. Wow, this is off the board. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my top 2 choices are all of a sudden both present on the board for the Toronto Raptors. Collin Murray, I thought would go 7th. Then it became apparent that the Pelicans preferred Queen. Then when Fears fell to 7, they thought they had to take him. I am very surprised that Murray has fallen all the way to 8, and the Brooklyn Nets decided to go in his direction. I think we're taking one of these two. I believe we've got Collin Murray here now. I believe we've got Collin Murray coming to the Raptors here. Collin Murray was expected to be taken by the Pelicans at 7. I believe he is the Raptors' top choice. Therefore, Noah Esong, or Noah Esong, I'll learn to pronounce his name in a second, I think, was the favorite to be selected by the Raptors, picked up steam all throughout the day to be selected in that position. Then it became apparent that Derek Queen was the preferred center to Collin Murray for the Pelicans at 7. So Derek Queen took over that spot. Collin Murray had the chance to fall back. Now, Trey Johnson was expected to be available at 8, and that was my thought that he would go to the Brooklyn Nets. Now that Trey Johnson and Jeremiah Fears are gone, the Brooklyn Nets have gone for Egor Demin. 6'9" point guard. I mean, I can see the appeal of wanting to go in that direction. So as a result of Brooklyn passing, Collin Murray is available. So Noah Esong left the Bundesliga finals early, middle of the series. His team, Ratio Farm Ulm, were up 2-1 in a best-of-5 series. He left early to do a secret, private, not so secret anymore, a private workout with the Toronto Raptors. It's the only team he worked out for. I'm confident that the Raptors were very comfortable to take Noah Esong with the 9th overall pick. That story absolutely has a strong opportunity to change now that Collin Murray is available. I think we're taking one of these two. Listen, you never know with Masai Ujiri. We will see. It would have been Masai-like to go for Egor Demin in that spot. It would be an absolute shock to me if it wasn't Malawash or Esong. Because like even when Derek Queen was expected to go later, like late lottery, maybe early outside the lottery, it didn't look like the Raptors wanted him. They have the opportunity to take him here. Absolutely, they could just go for Derek Queen in this position for sure. Absolutely, they could just go for Derek Queen. But I'm feeling pretty confident. And look, I could look like a fucking moron in a second here, but it looks to me like we are going to have Colin Malawash or Noah Esong. I'm leaning towards Malawash. That is my preferred choice here. We're gonna take Colin Malawash. I think the Raptors will be happy that he fell. So I'm no longer nervous. I feel okay. I feel like we're about to draft a player I'm happy with. If it's not Malawash or Esong, I won't be upset. But to have had the opportunity to take one of those two players and refuse that opportunity, I would probably be upset is the wrong word because I trust the front office to make the correct decision, obviously more than me. But I would feel like, ooh, I probably wouldn't have done that. I trust you, but that's not what I would have done. But I trust you more than me. You know what I mean? Pick is in. Timer is up. Here we go. Dragging it on. Maybe I am getting nervous. Here we go. Adam Silver at the podium. 9th pick, 2025 NBA Draft. Toronto Raptors select. Collin Murray-Boyles. Wow. Okay. Wow. Off script. Okay. Off script for the Raptors. That is a surprising one. That is a surprising one. Okay, Collin Murray-Boyles. Wasn't expecting that. Like I said, I'm shocked here. This was not on my radar at all. First of all, this is off the board. This is off script. Not on my wish list. So was not anticipating Collin Murray-Boyles to come into play. I heard like comment. It was Colin. Okay, so the Raptors are essentially going to bet on the positional versatility on the defensive end of Collin Murray-Boyles here. Not a lot of floor spacing, but they're going to bet on the athleticism and they're going to bet on the versatility of him in this position. Could have gone a lot of different areas. It kind of felt like his ceiling in the draft was going to be number 10. But even then, that seemed a little bit far-fetched for the Phoenix Suns to go in that direction. But switchable defender, can play a variety of positions there. Decent playmaking out of decent passer as a big, decent finisher as well. Not a floor spacer here and a little bit undersized. So my fear here is a little bit of the size, going a little bit undersized. That's what drew me away from the player. But the Raptors have clearly identified something here. They've clearly identified something here that they really like. They like the defensive versatility that he can provide. They feel like this is somebody who's going to help the team out the gate. And I can see why they would go in that direction. Again, not the direction I was expecting them to go. I'll be completely 100% honest and say, like, you know, I was against drafting Scotty Barnes when they did it. This was not the direction I wanted the Raptors to go, especially with Noah Esong and Colin Malawash available in this spot. But I will trust the front office big time. They've seen something they really like here. They see talent, they see fit, they see 6'7" with a 7'1" wingspan, and they think this is a player that is going to help them for the. This is something that's going to help them for the present and going forward. kind of fits like analytically. People like him. Gets to the line a lot, just like Noah Esonghaye. Basically, athletic, versatile defender, multi-positional, long, very good interior, very good at drawing fouls, analytically sound. It's just the three-point shooting isn't quite there. So that will be the swing for Collin Murray-Boyles. I mean, they need a big man. They got one. They got a big man. Collin Murray-Boyles is a big. He's a power forward center. He protects the rim. Yeah, I mean, you got a backup rim protector who can also play multiple positions. I see why they did it. Again, it wasn't my choice, but I see why they did it. They got a backup rim protector who is more versatile than what like a traditional center would have brought. I get he's undersized, but it just adds to the positional versatility they have in this spot. He's a power forward center. Like, what do you want me to tell you? That's his position. Dude shook his head. He said, "Fucking big." I'm sure Collin Murray-Boyles is very happy to be selected here. He had a chance to fall further. I'm sure he's happy to go here. So, probably looking at like a much better version of Jonathan Mobo with this selection. I think that's probably what you were going to have to think about this here. RJ Barrett is not affected by this pick. This is a power forward who can play small ball 5. They probably see him in lineups alongside Pirtle, which maybe they didn't see with Colin Malawash. And they're going to bet on some shootings here. All right. In the end, wasn't going to be my choice. I see why they're going to do it. They have a bit more positional flexibility with the backup center or the backup rim protector that they needed and wanted to take. That's what they've got here. They've got a super athlete who we'll see the upside potentially on display. I'm looking forward to see his development. Again, not a solution. I trust Fanovs. I'm looking forward to his development. Excited to see what Collin Murray-Boyles can do with the Raptors.